Ethan, he was 18 months when he noticed he was struggling in a lot of different directions. He didn't crawl very well. He was 18 months. He was starting to walk but falling a lot. Nonverbal, not talking. We had some testing done. They determined he was autistic. However, that didn't tell us why Ethan was not walking very well. Why was he always falling? Not being able to pick things up. So pediatrician put out a bunch of calls. He said, I'm gonna call in a favor. So he called over to Dr. Feingold, and Dr. Feingold said, I'm semi-retired, taking on someone that young just isn't, what I wanna do, but I tell you what, I'm gonna do the consult. It was a good 2.5, 3 hours he spent with Ethan. And he said to me at the end, he said, there's so many different things I'm seeing and none of them are falling under one umbrella. He said, I told Dr. Comer I wasn't keeping him. He goes, but I'm keeping this one. So that's when, we started with him. He was determined he was gonna find a reason why, Ethan was where he was at, and we were gonna figure out what we were gonna do to move forward.
I remember that he was a very nice doctor and he really did a lot of testing on me.
Dr. Feingold did a lot of genetic testing and he really fought with our insurance company. Him and all of the girls fought to get this testing done, and they did find that he was carrying a cardiac gene. It was a PARC1 something. But again, that particular gene did not coincide with why he was still having difficulties in other areas. He pushed to have a cardiologist see Ethan, and they got him in so quickly, and it turned out, thank God they did, because Ethan had 2 aortic aneurysms. He still has 2 aortic aneurysms. Dr. Feingold diagnosed him with a connective tissue disorder. He felt it was a clinical diagnosis of Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. However, Ethan didn't have the gene. He still believed this was something that Ethan carried. It's what gave him an answer to a lot of Ethan's medical issues.
My brother could talk when he was 3, but I couldn't talk till I was 4 years old. And if I were to make friends when I was 4, then I wouldn't be able to talk to them.
They have helped coordinate all of his care. Dr. Norwalk and the girls that work with her have taken right over where Dr. Feingold left off. They help coordinate his IEP at school. They give us ideas of what they should be working on.
I think I would describe her a very nice doctor. She was really helpful, and she's like Dr. Feingold, a really helpful girl.
We had PT, we had OT, we had speech, we had feeding therapy, and we got the riding therapy. So he did do horseback riding. All of those things helped Ethan become verbal. So it's a lot of coordination that without a foundation or someone behind us, a full team who's familiar with Ethan, this is 9 years later, and they are still helping us coordinate where he needs to be next.
They've made a big difference in my life.
Without them, we would be lost in the medical world. We would just be out there floundering. So when people that are able to make those donations and help fund these programs, help fund all of this testing and the time that these physicians spend to help us, it's just an enormous gift.